green light. Go, go, go. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Oh, I think someone's off in the grass.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
This is a tricky track to drive in traffic. Especially in Sector 2.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Alright, managed. Avoid that Aston. Alright, we've gained a place from quali at least. Just stay with this group.
Well done, mate. The fastest step so far.
Shit. It's a ballsy move by the McLaren. Oh, spit of flame.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Ooh, that was a brilliant move by the Beamer. You read that like a book. Porsche is starting to pull away. So the Beamer's the car who went off earlier in the race. He had a very quick quality time, so I won't be surprised if he makes it past us. Got the end of the race. Aaron was thinking about it. This track is so much more fun in a mid-engine car. I was convinced I disliked this track as much as Snetterton when I was driving it in the Aston. Just pretty much heresy by a lot of people's minds. Gamer coming in hot.
Gaining on the car heading sector 1. Well done, mate. Personal best.
Oh, we left the inside open. Got greedy on the gas there.
Car on the right.
Whoa!
Clear on the right.
It's a bit of a Max Verstappen move there. He was always going to eventually get around me though, so let's see if he can slow down the pace of the other two drivers ahead. That was close. Alright, we're not going to get pressured from behind, it doesn't look like. I can just concentrate on what's ahead. Audi's getting a little squirrely. McLaren, oh! Oh! Take a closer look at that. It looked like the McLaren was a little overly aggressive, but maybe the Audi turned in on him, not sure. Alright. Let's try to ride the coattails of this Beamer up to the Porsche. That's not the way to do it. Both went wide there.
Falling behind to the car in front on sector 3.
All right. A tiny bit of understeer in that corner. Alright, quickest lap so far. Porsche's lapping faster than the Beamer right now, that's interesting. Yeah, I swear, half the time, like going into sharp corners in traffic, I'm looking in the rear view rather than what's ahead of me. Had enough bad experiences on like Monza Turn 1 and shit like that. And what's up, man? Happy New Year to you too. Today starts the cycle of me writing the previous year on papers and documents and shit for the first 2 weeks before I remember we're in 2023. I might end up having to bump traction control up one. Just past halfway. Yeah, that you had a good battle with the one person, and then it was just like, it was cool watching it because I saw the gap open up. And like right as my mind registered it, like you went for it. It was super. Kind of reeled the guy in for a few turns and just set up the pass. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Beamer is not pulling away. That much at least. I feel like our pace differential is not as much as it was earlier in this race.
Gaining on the car ahead is up to 3. Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
Turned it way too early. Oh, is that a back marker or... I don't see anybody, so it must have not been that big of a deal. Ooh, Beamer going wide. I don't know what it is with the M4, I just don't get along with it very well. I'm not like crazy slow in it, but I don't know, something about the way it feels. Well, I don't think I've driven it since... Have I driven it since 1.8? Honestly, don't know. I do like the way it looks though. On the road car, the grill looks hideous, but it somehow works on the race car. The water fenders and everything. Wonder if he's having tire wear issues, because it's the second lap in a row we've not faster. Shit. I'm definitely having tire wear issues. On the rears at least. Come on, Audi. Does he play on controller? There's some fast people on controller. It's pretty impressive. I tested it out once on controller, and it was interesting. It was like the stuff that seems tricky on a wheel wasn't very tricky on a controller, if that makes sense. I guess because you don't have force feedback like thrashing you around, but then just like the easy corners where you just have to kind of fine-tune steering input were the real difficult things of the controller. DXD's over here typing and racing at the same time somehow. Oh, and there it is. Yeah, I can. I don't think I've messed with the view too much with this car. The field of view that I have set carries over to every car, and then I do different view settings per car, but I don't think I had to change too much with this one. Alright, I have 9 minutes to not do the same. Less than 9 minutes. I seriously can't get over how much more I like this Trak in this car versus the Aston. Yeah, most of the cars are set up decently well. It might have been the Aston. There was one where I had to like push, I guess it's kind of like the seat, like push the camera way forward. It might have been the Aston. Like this one was pretty solid. The Alpine was solid. I'm using that in next Saturday's multi-class race. Actually really excited to see how that car does in a full race. This is going to be a tricky track at night, too. The track's going to be a lot colder. Might actually be lights, though, because this is a stadium. So hopefully the visibility's good. Alright, so we should, I think we'll start in the same position as we did this race for the next race. I don't think it uses race results if you jump straight to another race. We'll see. The Camaro is, oh, you said camera. Sorry, I read that as Camaro. I was like, oh shit. Switch to the Camaro. The Camaro is a really fun car to drive, actually. You can just throw that thing over curbs. It handles way better than it has any right to. Yeah, there's some cars that'll raise the camera up if they have like real prominent wheel arches. So I can kind of like help place the car. This one doesn't really that much, and I can see the little fender vents. Nava might actually be catching us up a tiny bit. He's not gonna have enough time, but all right, Audi, 3 more laps maybe?
Losing to the car ahead is sector 1.
Yeah, the Maserati sounds so good too. We did a like casual GT4 series in Bucks 3 not that long ago, and someone ran the Maserati the whole season. They were a quick driver too. They were just like, oh, I just want to use the Maserati, and basically it was just a favor for everyone else, because we got to listen to it. That, the Cup car, the new Porsche Cup car, and the older V12 Aston Martin, probably the best 3 sounding cars in the game. So the Audi and the Lambo are up there though. Solid V10. It's always nice to hear. Boy, brake too much. Yeah, fronts are starting to not be happy. Yeah, I don't think that the M4 sounds bad. It just sounds like a vacuum cleaner. It doesn't have any soul, as cliche as that is to say. It just makes, there's a noise, and that's about all you can describe it with. Another good sounding one is the Lexus. It's like a raw V8 sound. McLarens sound alright, they're kind of boring. The 570 is definitely boring. The 720 is like same engine note but somehow more raw. That's a little more exciting. Alright, final lap coming up. We went from 7th to 4th.
Leaders on final lap now.
Assuming we don't crash in this last lap.
Gaining on the car ahead is sector 2.
DXT has been staying a consistent 1 second ahead of that Porsche. I was hoping they'd start battling each other and get slowed down, but I think we're about out of time for that. Audi's so interesting in how it steps out a ton, but is so predictable in doing so. It's not, doesn't make me nervous at all to get this thing sideways.
The leader has finished the race.
The older Audi before the 1.8 physics, that thing was sketchy sometimes.
Alright, check the flag. Good job.
Alright,
Good. I'll bring the car
7th to
back.
4th. Clean race.